Afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Back on. I'm live. I think I'm live. How's everyone today on this lovely sunny day? Don't get them very often, do we? So we've got to make the most of them when we can. Just come back for a walk with the doggies. So, yeah, it is nice out there. I can officially say, even here, it's nice. What have we all been up to then? Colin's popped in and out. I think Mike was in first, Mr. Mike Atlantis. So catch you there, Colin. Dids is printing a 3D printed glow-in-the-dark flower vase. Very nice, Dids. Afternoon, Daniel. Listening and working. That's the way, mate. Certainly has been nice. Benji's in. Hi, Benji. Hi, Nick. Petronics. What's Benji saying? Watching upstairs in the workshop, you've got your head in a B&O cassette deck. I have had a look in one of those, Benji, so good luck with that. My next door neighbour's got one that is poorly. I think there's a fault on the Dolby board, but you don't really want to waste time looking at it, really. Afternoon, Brian, how are you? Sean's in. Hey up, y'all. Very good. Who else we got then? Derek's in. Afternoon, Derek. Oh, hang on. It's just done a massive jump. Bit of lag. Jess is in. Hi, Jess. How are you? Phil Taylor. Hi, Phil. Doug. Barry. Dean. Dave Rhodes. Rob Titheridge. Whoa. That was a big leap. Yeah, I hope you're all well. Mrs. Cruncher had her jab yesterday, so she's feeling a bit under the weather today, but she's gone to work, so there you go. I've got to be done by 6 today. I've got dishes to do, secret ones. I should have done them already, but I haven't, you know. And I've got to feed the chickens. And the chickens are out of lockdown today. The chickens have been released. DEFRA have lifted their UK exclusion zone, so they've actually been let out to roam in their run today for the first time since I think about the 20th of December, 19th of December, something like that. So they've been in for a long, long time. It's a B&O 900. Not sure the model that it was, Benji, but it was a front loader, so it had like a drawer that came out. You put the tape in and put the drawer back in, because I sorted them out a belt for that. But there is audio inside it, but it's not getting through the Dolby boards, so I would assume it's something in there. But they're a bit of a mystery sometimes, these decks. I still haven't got round to having another look at the Nakamichi. I want to get that done, really. So I've had a few bits come in that I've ordered up. We might have a look at later. Unlikely, but you never know. If not, they can wait till Sunday. So today, really, I wanted to carry on and see if we can find out what was wrong with this R707, which I think it's got to be the module, but you never know. It might be something else. Derek, thank you very much, mate. So I hope you enjoyed Sunday's stream. That was a bit mental, wasn't it? Really, I was a bit naughty there, but you know, it was well worth it for the occasion. So I hope you all enjoyed that. And anybody that was interested, there is a GoFundMe page up now for Gary. So if anybody wants to make a donation, I believe they're taking Gary's ashes up to Birmingham and putting them with his grandparents. And it's to help out with some flowers for the ceremony. So I'll pop the link in here if anyone wants to take part in that. Then there you go. I did put it on my Facebook page and YouTube and everywhere else, but good chap, and say shame, real shame that he's gone. Nick saying there's a common chip used for Dolby. They often go faulty. Yeah, I mean, luckily there is service information for Bang & Olufsen, so like you say, there can be issues with Dolby chips. I can't remember. I was watching a channel back along And there was an issue there with the Dolby chips on one. But I don't think there's a Bang & Olufsen, something else. Yeah, thanks, Daniel. He didn't realise he was from up your way. Yeah, he's certainly not a Devonian, although he lived in Devon. He didn't come from Devon originally. So there you are. It's got he's had quite a few donations in, so thanks to anybody that has donated. There's anonymous ones in there, so thank you very much if you have. On behalf of the family, I mean, it's nothing to do with me really. It's, oh wow, he's just had someone's dropped a big donation in there. Hell, so we'll have a quick look at that because you know, he's a mate of mine and want to give him a good send off. So this is his GoFundMe page. Hopefully you're on my screen. So they're looking to raise £500, and as I say, it's for contributing to the flowers and taking him on a final trip home to Birmingham while he'll be laid to rest with his grandparents. So that's lovely, isn't it? So he's up to 380 already, which is brilliant. Excellent, and 10 people have just donated. So if any of that's you, then if that's any of you, brilliant stuff. He was a good man. He really was a good man. He did a lot for the channel, and he helped me out with loads and loads of bits and pieces. Loads and loads of bits and pieces. So there you go. Your neck of the woods. Mike Atlantis, you're back, Mike. Harvey, I was recovering from a hangover. Go back to sleep then, Harvey. Hangover Harvey. Harvey from Hangover Hell. Right, I'll zoom that one in a little bit. Let's get on the bench a bit. So here's the offending item, nice and upside down. As I said, I didn't want to dwell on it too much on Sunday, but I'm going to go to the camera again. I didn't want to dwell on it too much Sunday because I wanted to get on and play some music, which I certainly did. So I played a fair bit of music. It was very enjoyable. So I can remember we tested this out and absolutely nothing. Dead as a dodo. So it didn't even have any sort of pop from the amplifier or anything on it. So I think what we'll do is we'll go back to basics and we'll start again. I've got to disconnect this thing here because this is a pain in the neck, this being in the way. And we'll reconnect it and have another look. I'm trying to find the letter from the owner. I will look at the email in a minute, but I did send him to ask him to just send me the chassis because there's no point paying the extra postage in that for the case and everything else because I've got it all here anyway. I will be on in the background. I should hope you get to sleep. Upside down, all the electrons have fallen. I think they've already fallen out, Brian. Afternoon, Ganesh. How are you? Was it you, Ganesh, that was having problems with your Volvo radio the other day? On Sunday, I think we were trying to help you, but we couldn't understand what your problem was. I think that was you, Ganesh, wasn't it? So apologies if we didn't understand what you were saying, mate. I've got a monster soldering iron tip on. I was having a look at a linear amplifier for somebody earlier. Well, not really a look, just a quick overview to see if I could see what needed doing to it. It had some RF mica capacitors in it that I've never seen before. Right, I'm going to make sure I connect up the power to the power and the speaker to the speaker. It's nice of them to make it the same colour wire, isn't it? So, like, you know, which do you connect to the speaker and which goes to the power supply? Clever stuff. Okay, let's get a speaker in. I'm not 100% sure if this speaker actually works. So really to check it out first. I mean, that is definitely from an R707, because I replaced it for somebody. I thought it might come in useful for something. Sean, you're struggling. You struggle using GoFund. Please pass your donation on for Gary. Will do, Sean. Will do, mate. Thanks very much, Sean. Can I remember which is positive and negative on these? They normally put a little sticker on which is the plus, but it doesn't really matter. So I'll stick with the massive soldering iron for now. Alright, what power have we got on here? We've got 9 volts, so we need 12. Right, let's hook her up and see where the fire comes out. See where the smoke emits from. We haven't had any magic smoke for a while, so about time we had some, really, isn't it? This is a customer's radio, though. Right, have I got a spare knob here somewhere for one of these? Because it hurts my fingers. Keep turning it on my fingers all the time. Let's see if I can find a. This is the problem this time of year. I keep getting attacked by flies. I've got. Oh, there's one there. Let me pinch that one for a minute. Ugh. It's an old scabby one that I got knocking about. Better. Right, okay, let's pop it on. VHF, we got more chance of VHF working because of the fact that the first IF is outside of the module, I think, in this one. Is it this one that the first IF is not in the module? I can't remember. It's either this or the R606, 600 I mean. One of the two. Right. So let's stick it on 100, which should be classic FM. Oh, Christ. Nothing. Let's just check that it's not a knackered speaker. Let's get a signal tracer. Let's hook that onto a negative. I think we checked all the voltages, didn't we? It's not going to work there, is it? It went pop because the power supply shorted out for a second there. So no, nothing coming out the speaker. Let's go to the volume pot. See if there's anything on the volume pot. Center tap, so where are we again? Let's use one of those. Absolutely nothing, just check the headphone socket, but nothing. Module. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my bearings, so we should have signals on here, but there's nothing coming out of the module. No. Absolutely dead as a dodo. I'm trying to think which is the voltage to the module on these, because there is... It's one of these here. I think it's that one there as the input to the module. That should be 9 volts, I think. So let's have a look. So let's use that as our ground. I think it's that one. It should be 9 volts. 10.6. So yeah, we're all right. We've got voltage to the module. Very often, if the module's shorted, you won't get your 9 volts. So maybe we've got 10.6. Slightly high, but that could be caps maybe. So we've got voltage going to the module. I mean, if we touch the wiper, we can hear audio. So the amplifier is working good. So it's got to be the IF stage, which is in the module. So there you go. It's module out time. If in doubt, whip the module out. So I have managed to get another soldering iron tip. It's not brilliant. It's not what I wanted really, but it's better than the angled one. So it's one of these high performance tips. It's still a little bit bigger than the one that's burnt out. Yeah, it's a couple mil difference there between the two. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's my usual tip. But had a lot of use. It didn't last. Right, let's whip this speaker out. Get that out of the way. I don't think there's anything else really I can check on that. I mean, we've got the voltage going to the module, but no signals are coming out of it. I'm knocking stuff everywhere again. Still working on that damn airband radio. That's taken an absolute age to sort out, that is. Nearly done though. I'm on the home straight. Okay, right, so we've got to get the top panel off to start with. So we've got to desolder the wires, and I will take a photo of it because these wires do seem to differ from set to set in what colours they use and where they go. So we've got... Ow, cool. Just jabbed myself. Oh, blood! I'm bleeding! It bit me! No pizza tonight. I'm cooking Chinese tonight, Sean. That's why I've got to be finished at 6. I'm doing the cooking as well tonight. I'm doing chickens and I'm doing the cooking. So we're having special fried rice a la Cruncher. Cruncher fried rice. Live speaker connections, I suppose, with a mains a Volve radio, you can have a fair voltage on the speaker, can't you? Yes, it did bite me. It's one of these here. It's really sharp. One of these pins is really sharp and stuck right in my finger then. Yeah, that one there, I think. Oh, hello. Hang on, Mrs. Cruncher. I had to take that just in case Mrs. Cruncher wasn't very well, but she's still not feeling too special. She had her jab yesterday. She's still got a bit of headache, but she's getting there. Right, let's get the desoldering tool fired up. Chicken fried rice. Yeah. Unusual work, Brian. Not sure how that bit you then. Frankie's going to make an appearance at some stage. I don't know when, Sean, but as I say, this is a fair way down the repair queue, so unless it's something I can fix pretty quick, then it'll wait its turn. I tend to do stuff that's fairly simple. I'll try and get done and back out the door straight away, but anything that needs time spent on it, it's gotta wait. I've still got a pretty big backlog. I don't seem to be getting anywhere fast. I keep getting bogged down with certain radios. So I'm just pulling the headphone, and I can't remember what the second one is for now. I think it's for a tape recorder, so you can tape off the radio. So they've got to be undone. You've also got to take the FM aerial wire off. It'll come off, and there's a little earth wire that's got to come off as well. Voila. That's our lid off. Let's put that out of the way. So we've got 2 screws. Gonna get a pot, start chucking stuff in. I'll leave that in there for now. So what are we fixing on Sunday then, Sean? Brass spacers in there as well. What are we fixing on Sunday then, Sean? Tell us what we're fixing on Sunday. So we can get away with leaving some of these wires actually on and just flipping it over. Just makes it a little bit easier. Let's see if the desoldering tool is going to play up today, whether it's going to be nice to us. Andy Beck, how are you? Spotless clean. Didn't get any effects. Which jab did you have, Derek? Did you have the AstraZeneca one or the Pfizer? So I'm just taking the resistors off of here. Let's take that wire off. Just a case now of just going round and desoldering most of this stuff. Oh hello, there's one of the wires that's already broken off there, look. Ah, that could have been an issue. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that wire there was just laid there. It wasn't actually attached to anything. I wonder if we ought to do. I think we'll take it out anyway. I think because the module's going to want to be done. Let's make sure it's not a later one. No. So you can usually tell the later version with the AF127s in it, or 125s. So I think it's got 1164-2 on it, and the output transistors are on square. Sort of, they've got a built-in heat sink on them, unlike these that are in the copper carrier. So yeah, that's going to have the original transistors in. So we'll take it out anyway. In for a penny, in for a pound, isn't it? Generation, how are you? How do they adjust the coil for the RF? It's the same RX coil as is with its windings to transmit in the same range. Yeah, we had the Oxford one. Apparently the Oxford one does have more side effects than the Pfizer one, but there you go. As long as it still does the same job. I'm not sure what you mean there, generation. How do I substitute the coil for the RF? It's the same RX cord. I'm not really sure there, generation, whether somebody else can look at that. I mean, afternoon, how have you? Oh yes, where have you been? Where have you been, I mean? So you've got to be careful with these boards, they're not great. You can't dwell on the board for too long. So we've got to desolder the module wires. We have done this to death really, haven't we? But some people do seem to still like watching the R707 repairs. Come on. The yellow one's playing hard to get. And that one there. Right, let's have a look. Let's get me goggles on, see where we are. Modules undone. Undone. Yes. Let's do a couple more quick photos. Save me looking up loads more. Although I have got to look up some photos for where that grey wire goes. It's quite desoldered. Is now. There we are, opened up like a can of beans. Right, that's part of the way there. Let's get the rest out. Taking the jumper wires out. Right, so over this side. Hopefully you can see what I'm up to. Nearly there. Oop. And this one at the back's a bit tricky because you got loads of wires in the way. We don't really want to be burning wires. That's just to try and lift it and desolder it at the same time. Right, these again, be careful we don't lift the tracks. That was undone. That was undone. Make sure these pins are all desoldered. That one isn't. That one is. Not quite. Right. Turn that off for a second. Gonna hear myself think then. So just straighten these legs up. Oh, that was not quite off. So our little leggies all bent up, nice. One of those bent up and free. Right, okay. Got to take the screw out here for the output transistors, otherwise you can't get the module out. So our module should, bit of persuasion, come out. Ugh, come on. nasty thing. There he is. Here he is. It's a little mystery grey wire. One module. Let's get the overhead camera in then, and we'll crack her open, so to speak. Turn that one off. The mystery module. Let's have a look what she's got inside. Hey Michael, how are you? Theo, how are you doing? The winding of the coil makes the RF frequency. So let's get the little cover off. She left the desoldering tool on. Well, I've got to turn it back on now anyway for transistor removal. Too far, Graham. Too close. Is it that way? That way. Okay. There she goes. So what we've got to do is desolder these two tabs here, bend them up, and the board will lift it out, and we'll have a look, see what's inside it. So what are we going to be doing on Friday, Mr. Man Cave, then? Well, at least they're giving me another view. That's the thing, isn't it? At least I got another view, another bit of statistic for me. That's the ideal thing, because the views are more important to YouTube than the thumbs down, so it doesn't really matter. It's a bit of a pointless exercise, really, but you know. Okay, this is unusual because there is no pad there. If you can see there is no pad. So maybe someone's been in here before, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like that's just been missed off from the factory. Unusual. I haven't got one to hand here that I can show you, have I? No, it's in underneath my cassettes at the moment. So yeah, there should be a solder pad underneath that, but there's not one there. It's a mystery. Right, so the best plan on this is to heat that there. Bend that tab up and then lift this side out. It does seems to be, oh no, yeah, there is no pad there, look. There is literally no pad there. There should be a pad there. Strange. But yes. As expected, don't know, darken that down a bit so you can see it. Yeah, AF115 and two AF116s. Maddie's still not great, Daniel, to be fair. Maddie's our Labrador. She had to go vets yesterday because she wasn't feeling too special. And it turns out it was her anal glands. But they've cleared them, but she's still not very well. She's still suffering, to be honest. Just get my marker pen a minute. Right, so what I'm going to do, same as usual, it's got a bit of a glare on this today, hasn't it, for some reason? That light's not on, is it? No. Maybe darken it down a fraction more. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these three out. If we call the AF115 number 1, number 2 and number 3. So 1, 2 and 3. We'll have a look at the circuit later and just see which part they come out of depending on which one is shorted, if they're not all shorted. So number 1 is AF115, and I'll put number 1 there. 2, 3 up there. It's always nice to know which one comes from where and whether they were shorted. Now you've got to be really careful with this board. These boards are a nightmare. The traces, I don't know what they've held them with, but it's got less glue than sellotape, I think. But they do come unstuck very easily. Right. So what I've been doing, which is a lot quicker than assing about and having to look at pictures and all the rest of it, I just take them out and I just mark on the board what the pinouts are. So in this case we've got collector, shield, base, emitter. So collector, shield, base, emitter. That's the first one. And the next. I've gone there. Again, it is important that you make sure they're all desoldered properly before you start pulling them, otherwise it will lift the traces for sure. Let's pull that one then. Ah, come on. You don't want to come that one. Get out. Let's mark this one as well. Collector, shield, base, emitter. So if you want to have a go at doing one of these yourself, you can. I've got loads of videos out there on it. It's not for the faint-hearted, but once you've done a few, they are pretty easy. first time. Mac Vision 3D, after New Year. Sellotape used to be made in Bridgewater. Yeah, I know. I know, Michael. I used to live up there. To be fair, I lived up there after the cellophane factory. But yeah, it's not great. The whatever they use to glue the tracks to the board. This is collector, that end. Shield. There we go. So while I've got the desoldering tool on, I'm going to whip the capacitors out as well, because these have all got to go, these blue ones. It's really pointless coming in and doing all this work and not bothering to change the electrolytics, although it's a 50-50. Sometimes they're fine, other times they are not fine at all. So again, what I just do is go around the board and just mark the negatives. Just makes it easier. If my pen would work. Negative. It's negative, that's a positive here. Can't get to the negative. Negative. These ones with the little encapsulation on them are a pain. And the negative. 4 of these are 10 microfarads, and this one at the front's 2.5 or 2.2, depending how old the board is. It's 2.5 in this one. So if it's a 2.5, I tend to put a 3.3 in there. It's better to go higher, I suppose, than lower. Again, you've got to be careful with these as well. It doesn't like coming off. Sounds like my desoldering tools start to jam up because I'm not giving it a long enough. I'm going to wait for the heat to recoup. I'm doing it too fast. What was Zenith D7000Y? Very nice radio. What's there's no fault? Maddie had blocked anal glands, so the vet has sorted them out. So she may need to go and do them again, I don't know. Once you fixed it, Benji, I take it? Or are you selling it spares or repairs? That's that one done. Where's the negative on that one? That's at the back there. Wrong pin. Try that one. Oh, I cut that one blooming short. That's going to be a pain to get out. That's going to be a pig to get out without breaking the track. Could be a track repair situation going on there. Okay. So, I'm going to have to try and lift this with a scalpel, I think. And a bit of heat. Because what they've done is they've missed the board with the hull. They've missed the track with the hull. So they just bent the leg of it over the top of the track. Okay, that's fine. Right. So we've got a bit of capacitor bingo coming up. So get your marker pens ready. Get your bingo markers ready. That one's loose. That one's loose. That one's loose. Right, they're all loose. What a 3.3. Oh dear. My 3.3's gone. For some reason I put my 3.3 microfarad caps in the wrong position. 3.3. Make sure that's not Mrs. Cruncher come home. It'd be a bit early if it is. I don't know what they're barking at then. Not Mrs. Cruncher home yet. As I say, she don't finish till 6 tonight. Right. Let's pop these capacitors in. Let's do the 2.5 first. Let's make sure I put the right one in, because they're all the same size. It's going to be the last one I look at, isn't it? Source little 3.3, there we go. Negative that way. Now I'm not bothering putting axials back in there because this is low voltage anyway, so it didn't need the higher voltage caps. It's just that the axials were all 63 volts, was it, or 64? I can't remember now. Strained up. This, and the next one, go negative that way. Now this is our one that's actually bent over the track, so we're going to do the same. Bit of a botch that, Mr. Roberts. You know. Somebody somewhere had to get a telling off for not drilling out a hole, I expect. They probably had to drill those by hand, or I'm not sure. That one, and the last one in there. Negative to the rear. Should be able to turn that racket off now. Right, let's whip the legs off of those. Be a little bit careful with this one because it's folded over the track. There we go. So there's our capacitors. What do I do with the other one? Ready for our capacitor bingo. One missing. Oh, that's the other one. Right, let's pop in some more transistors, and let's go with, what have we got here? What was in there? AF116s and a 115. That's my AF126s. Oh, right, okay. Let's see how much I've got of those. No. Let's have a quick look at this AF125 a minute. So I mean, there has to be a reason, doesn't there, that they put different transistors in different places with these things. Hey, how you doing, Graham? Happy Wednesday to you as well, mate. Oh, well, I de-pictured myself. Right, I'm just going to have a look at one of these AF125s. So look what sort of gain it's got, because these old AF11 series transistors did have quite good gain. No component detected that, so have I got the legs on wrong? I'm sure that's a shield there. Maybe I've got my pin out wrong, or I've got a duff transistor. Got a duff transistor there, I think. So either that or one of my leads is not good. Doesn't like that one. Let's try another one. Mind you, apparently they do struggle to measure germanium transistors, these, but I've never really had a problem with this tester. I'm just using the Sigilant 5.5 digit or Rigel 5.5. Whoa! Sigilant versus Rigel. That's an argument that I went through when I was looking at spectrum analyzers. There's people in different camps. I don't think there's a lot to choose between the two brands. And Nick has got both, I think. And Nick will put you straight there. I expect Nick will say Sigilant. Okay, that's an HFE of 87. I'm just going through and checking some of these transistors. I think I'm going to chuck the Russians in here, you know. Let's have a quick look at that. AF127s. We've got a massive amount of those. GT. I seem to have got GTs mixed in with here as well. I got the right flimming thing out here in 26. I'm just searching through my transistor stocks a minute. Sigilant is pretty. I'd say probably the Sigilant, but I've not seen them, Graham. I'd need to have a look at them really, but not that I'm an expert in them at all. AF127, so the 117 had a bit better gain. Let's have a look at 127. $79, so nothing's coming out with a big gain anyway, really. Not that they needed large gain. So, IF amplifier, isn't it? I don't seem to have a stock of decent, what I would call decent AF127s. Seem to have used them all. Got plenty of 125s. What are they there? 124s. I haven't got hardly any 124s. No, let's use the what are they? 125s. 124s. Let's get in with the Russians. Stick them in. Oh, hell! Lucky you weren't looking at that, isn't it? Put a mix in for a laugh, yeah. That's a good idea, Sean. Not. Right. Let's find my box of Russians. Still got them. Still got some. Still going, look. Still got more than half left. Yeah, with the spectrum analyzer, I did think that the sigilant one was the, if that's how you pronounce it, or sigilant. Mind you, I have watched some of those Keysight presentations, and that's good stuff, isn't it? Keysight, but unfortunately, I think the price puts it out of our reach as sort of hobbyists, really. Let's have a look at these then. Can you see that? There's a bit of glare on it. Let's go in a bit closer. Oh, I could do with an automatic camera, really. I don't have to keep going up and altering the focus, but you know, we can't complain. Right, I'm going to test these because in the past I haven't bothered and I got caught out with one the other week. So that's good. Eastgood, 87. They all seem to be around the 80 mark. These are the same batch, so they shouldn't be far off. Oh, 145. There's a surprise. 145. So look at this last one. We might see if we can match 3. Not that it matters, to be fair, but 138. So yeah, let's find another one that's the same as those, a little bit higher gain. Strange, isn't it, as they come out of the same box. It's obviously the same batch. Let's pull one on there. Let's try that. I don't know if this makes any difference at all, really. I think as long as it's working, it'll do its job. It doesn't need to be high gain, I don't think, in a IF circuit. 85. It might even be my leads, you know. It might even be my leads a bit dirty. Let's pull that one there. You watch, all of these will be 80 something now. I'll go back and measure the others and they'll be 80 as well. $155, there we go. So they're all well into the hundreds. We'll do that. Right, let's get these in and then we'll have a look at the old transistors and the old capacitors. And then I think we'll be getting close. I don't think we're going to get a chance to fire this up today. We might carry it on next Wednesday. Right, now these, I can remember. I got my little pin-out diagram here of which one's which. So I've got to remember the base and emitter are the wrong way round on these. So we've got, most of these are collector, shield, base, emitter. So collector, shield, base, emitter. Collector, shield, that's right, isn't it? Collector, shield, base, emitter. Let's put the first one in. Let's get you on the overhead camera again. It's gone darker now, that, for some reason. So do this one first. Make sure I'm the right way around. You gotta be careful you don't cross the legs over. So collect, not cross them, touch them. Touch the legs together. That's what I meant to say. Am I back? I can see that, but I can't see any chat. Let me see if I can get my chat back. Okay. I think I'm back. I think I'm back, people. Hang on, my super chat thing's flashing. I think I'm back. Back, yes. Yeah, unfortunately, my broadband dropped out there, people. So BT are obviously in cahoots with YouTube. I got a copyright hit on British Telecom. They cut me off. I just left it going and it's come back on. So all good. It's all good in the hood. So I think we're back on. We're back live. Excellent. No one's disappeared. Good stuff. Well, I've got all the transistors in while we were waiting. So just a case now of soldering them in. They all look a bit higgledy-piggledy. It's a good word, isn't it? Higgledy-piggledy. Where did that word come from? So all the legs are crossing over everywhere. But it's all good. Get some of this stuff out the way. Let's get this soldered in. Solder on down. Repage not to run behind. Stephen, how are you? Your first Roberts was an RT22. Yeah, so unfortunately the broadband had the orange light of death came on it. So that's why I disappeared. Let's crack on and get this these transistors soldered in. Ah, get off. Oh, just try to be clever there and clean up a bit of the board, and I've put a bridge across it now. Oh, pain. There we are. Okay. Pop these legs off. The R707 has got to be my most requested radio to repair or restore and sell. I mean, I've got them actually blanked off, I think, on my website at the moment because they just take so long to restore. I can repair them and turn them around fairly quickly, but a restoration on one takes a long time to do properly. So this is not a restoration, this is a repair. The customer's going to do his own restoration on the rest of it. I'm just getting the electrical stuff done for him. Or electronic. Is it electrical or electronic? I don't know. Right. That's that. So we might have time to bring Frankie out, but we need to have a look at these now. Let's get that off of my head. Whew. Does make me sweat, that. Right, so we've got the transistor tester, ESR tester, and we've got the multimeter to look for shorts. So we'll do the shorts first, and we need to know whether you think it's shorted or not shorted, all right? So transistor number 1, which was an AF115, this was in position 1, which was over here. Let me just find the instructions a minute. See stuff without magnifiers. Yeah, I know the same, Graham. They do help a hell of a lot, though. No, where are they? Where are they? Documents, it should be LP11. LP1164, there we are. Okay, so if I quickly go to my screen. So my transistor number 1, did I say capacitor again? Idiot. Is a VT1 here. And VT1 is the first IF, and I think that does something else. Does it do the mixing as well? I'm not sure, but all 3 of these transistors pass AM and FM. But I know the first one is the most important one, I believe, because everything comes in via that. So if that one's gone, then nothing's going to get through. Of course, we have got some diodes here, but we're going to stick it on Frankie in a minute and see, just make sure it's working before we stick it back in the set. So this is VT1, that's the first transistor, and that's the AF115. So shorted or not shorted, we need to know. So it's a yes, 50-50, you can't sit on the fence, you've got to go one way or the other. Shorted or not shorted, AF115. I tend to find the AF115s, is it the 115s are good and the 116s are bad, or the other way around? I think it's the 115s that are good. So let's have a look then. As soon as you're not going to play. Oh, Video Monkey says it's shorted. Derek wants to phone a friend. Benji saying it's short-circuited. Theo saying it's shorted. Let's have a look then. So I should get some, shouldn't move from OL. So I'm just touching the can of the transistor, which is a shield, so to the collector. Nothing. Base. Nothing. Emitter. Nothing. And just to double check, I'll touch the shield, which is a short. So yeah, there we go. AF115, position 1, not shorted. So number 2 then, AF116. This is the second IF transistor. Shorted or not shorted? I think an AF116 we're going to have a short, but it might be that all of these are okay. and the problem was that grey wire. But it's got to be done anyway, as you all know. You can't leave a module in one of these. I could send this radio back fixing the grey wire, or it could be a switch bank issue, and it'll come bouncing back a couple months later when the AF117s pack up. So you think no shorts on the AF116? I'm saying shorted. Theo's saying shorted. Mike is not shorted. You're just going to keep saying shorted. You might get one then, Graham. Okay, good strategy. Right, okay. Collector. Yes. Houston, we have a short, 52 ohms. It's gone. And let's have a look at the base. Well, that's doing some weird stuff, so that's almost certainly got a bit of resistance there. It's just having trouble measuring it. Let me just get a better connection. Don't know what to make of that, but yeah, that is shorted. And the emitter. Ooh, 5K. So yeah, the worst short is collector to shield. 53 ohms. That one's a goner. And number 3 then, another AF116. I'm going to go with shorted again. Strange, isn't it, that the AF115s don't seem to short out as much as the 116s and 117s. I don't know why. A mystery. The same construction. You were wrong, Sean. So Theo's saying shorted. Graham's still saying shorted. He's just going shorted all along. Going with whatever the man cave decides on, like Atlantis. Shorted. Let's have a look then. Turn around the other way. So we'll try the collector first. Again, there should be OL. Ooh. And yes, we have got... Oh, hang on, there might have been me touching the thing. Let's try that again. No, nothing on the collector. Base. Yeah, we've got a short to the baselet. 57 ohms short to the base and the emitter. Nothing. So we've just got a... That's strange, isn't it? It's only shorted to the base. It's not shorted to the collector or the emitter. That's strange. So there you go. 2 out of 3 shorted. Right. Capacitor time. We'll start with the 2.5. We'll start with the 2.5. $2.5. What do we reckon then? Higher, lower? 2.5 at 64 volts. Big value. Five point 6, 4.5, 6.3, 2.6. 4. Okay, we've got a bit of a pattern going here. I think we're averaging about 4.5 at the moment. Sean's gone low. Could be though. I mean, what tends to happen with these lower value ones is they got high ESR anyway. $4.4 for Dave. Shorted? Hang on, no, wrong segment. 2.766666 recurring. Let's do it. I'm going to go for it. Are you all done? We'll place your bets. Oh, that doesn't sound too good, did it? Ooh, quite high ESR, 2.93. 2.93. 2.76, I think it's Mike, isn't it? It's Mike. Mike Atlantis. ESR is quite high though, 4.4. You'd expect it to be just over 1 really with a low value like that, but it certainly shouldn't be 4.4. Right, all the next are 10s then. All the next are 10s, so we got 10 microfarads. All 10s. I think these will be a mixture of different things, so we'll probably just blat through these. So we'll go with 10. I've got 4, so you've got 4 chances, but you've got 1 guess. 4 chances, but 1 guess. So if you say it's say 15, you've got 4 chances at getting 15, and someone surely will get it spot on. They got to. So 10 microfarads, but we got it by 4. I don't really want to do the average, do I? I could do, I suppose. I've got a bit of paper here. We'll have to do some maths. We'll do some maths, and whoever gets closest to the average wins nothing, but they just win. Winner, winner. Christian Eck, how you doing? 3.5. Ooh, low then. That would be unusual, but not impossible. Unusual, but not impossible. So there's 4 of these. So I'm sure I can do the maths to work out the average of 4. One up for Mike. Yeah, Mike's one down. Oh, right, let's do it. Ooh, that one's not good. 11.48, but an ESR of 5.4. So you can never go at ESR if you want to try and get the average of the ESR. So we got, yeah, you're all round about, aren't you? Right, that was number 1. Capacitor number 2. Yeah, I don't think it helps them with these plastic caps on top of them. See, that one's high as well. That's gone higher still. 12.22, 3.6. ESR. So again, too high, way too high. 10 microfarads should be below 1 on this, really. Prove that in a minute. We'll get a working one. So the next one. Oh no, not even measured that one for some reason. There we go. Oh, hello. Christ. So beware if you go to the trouble of replacing the transistors in the module and you don't do the capacitors, you could end up taking out another transistor. 8.4 ohms. Quite a high resistance, that one. That's the worst of all so far. And the highest reading as well. See, they're not a million miles out on capacitance, just the ESR is crazy on them. And the last one. Oh, Christ. 12.11. You can always tell there's something wrong when it makes that funny noise. Right, I've got some maths to do. So the idea is we're going to get the average of these figures, and the person that's closest to that average is the winner. So if you got one right, that don't necessarily mean you've won. So let's get the maths going. So we got 11.48 plus 12.22 plus 13.58 12.11 equals 49.39 divided by 4. So average is 12.35, we'll say. We'll round it up, 12.35. So anybody got 12.35 then? Closest to 12.35. Doug's 12.6. Doug worked today as well. It's Doug, isn't it? It is Doug. Well done, Doug. That's all my maths there. I mean, the ESR figures are that one there, 8.4. That's crazy. I wonder what that one would measure as a resistor. Let's have a look. Where is he? Number 3. See if that would measure as a resistor on the multimeter. Let's see if it measures as a resistance. Can I get some balance? I nearly had it balanced. It's measuring about 334K. Let's try one of the other ones. That's me not holding it on there. It's very difficult to measure this with these probes. I should have put some smaller probes on really. I just thought I'd give it a try, you know. Can but try. Come on. There we go. So that's in the mega ohms. Was it just me holding it funny? Yeah, that one's. So we try a new one. Let's try a new one. 10 in there. It would be the very bottom one, wouldn't it? Doug took the jackpot today. Doug took the jackpot. So let's just have a look at the resistance. A brand new Nichicon which I've put in it, in the module. Let's climb in. I mean, the meter is charging it really. Go the other way to discharge it. Let's have a quick look, see what that's measuring on the ESR meter then. Let's just short that across. Let's see what a brand new one. So these were all reading, the lowest reading of all was 3.6 ohms ESR. He wants Doug's autograph. So yeah, that's 9.99, look, and 0.54. So it's a massive difference. Compare it to those figures. You know, less than half an ohm ESR. and absolutely bang on. Right, let's we've got time. Yeah, we've got 15 minutes, people, and literally I have got 15 minutes. So I'm going to go get Frankie a minute. Bear with me. I'm going to go and get Frankie, and we're going to pop the Monty the module on Frankie. If I can find Frankie, that is. I know where he was, where he did live. He lived behind the door. But, he might have moved house, because Mrs. Cruncher's been tidying again. She loves to tidy me. Oh no, oh no! I've just knocked over a bag of the dreaded peanuts. I'll be in trouble for that. Is that Frankie? No, that's not Frankie. Where's Frankie gone? Frankie, come on. Where are you? There he is. Hello, mate. How are you then? Yeah, you keeping well? You've been eating all right, have you? That's good. ZX, how you doing? Right. This is affectionately known as Frankie. This is my R707 module test set. How are you, Harvey, anyway, mate? Gotta love testing capacitors. We have great fun. Oh, you've not been good today, Harvey. Right, okay, let's get ourselves sorted here. Where's me plug? I believe this is center pin positive. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's find my book and I'll work out where to put the module wires. R600. So what I've done is just done a little chart here, as you've seen many times, but I've got a big thing, check AFC operation. Check AFC operation. Because I had one set where everything worked on the module, put it all back together. Frankie checked out fine, and AFC sent it haywire for some reason. Okay, look at that. Let's turn that off. Prop that up somewhere. There we go. Let me just check where we are. 2 pin and 3 pin is there. Okay. So, any ideas on how to improve this jig? Let me know. Either leave it in the comments, pop me an email, or preferably leave it in the comments. I've got something to look at then, am I? People don't tend to comment much on the live streams unless they catch it at a later date when they're trying to fix something. And green. So yeah, whether we can sort of fix up some sort of jig where I can maybe screw it inside there and just plug these in. The problem is these pins are inherently not all lined up properly, which is why I did it like this originally. It just lets me connect them on wherever I want then. Well, you know what I mean. I don't have to straighten all the legs out, is what I'm trying to say. So this way, got... Right. If I start on the bottom, it's easier, isn't it? Red. Purple. Purple. Black. This does work though. I mean, it's not something I use every day, but I have used this a hell of a lot. It's got a couple issues. It needs a new FMRF. Well, it needs the FMRF module taken apart really, because it's all come loose inside. Green. But it does get a fair bit of use, and I've got a matching one for the R600 as well. I haven't had any R600s to do for a while. I've got plenty in, but no customer R600s. They must all be working. Right. That's it, connected. It looks a bit Heath Robinson, but hopefully it will work. Right, so let's go with FM. We'll stick the aerial up. Stick it on a known station, which should be there. Again, I don't think the RF module is great. Fire in the hole.
Over an hour from now, I'm sharing my personally chosen playlist for a peaceful evening. So do join me for Smooth Classics at 7 and escape the ups and downs of the day with some well-deserved musical TLC. Just kick back and watch the world go by. You deserve it.
AFC works.
And it's been a great day for this lot. He was very active in the movement.
Oh, bit of adamant. That brings it all back, doesn't it? Eh? That brings it all back. Right, long wave. Our only chance on long wave is Radio 4, which is on 1500. Should be somewhere around about there. So we got something interfering in here.
Ridiculous. I mean, 3 years ago there were 3 reports on the issue of rates in the UK.
Works. Medium wave.
The men who bought her fossils often took credit for finding
It's a winner. It's a winner. There we go. Even a chance to bring Frankie out. Look, how about that? So we now have a working module, and it works good as well. 6 minutes to go. So we've got a chance to put it back in the can, I think. So wave bye to Frankie. Bye bye, Frankie. See you again soon. I'm cracking up. Absolutely cracking up. I am the module killer. Right. Done. All in a couple hours. It'll take a little while to put it all back in, so I won't be doing that today, but maybe we'll do that next Wednesday, shall we? So this has jumped the queue a little bit, but I do like to have a look at stuff when it comes in. And if we can look at something on a Wednesday, it's not too taxing, then all well and good. So let's just pop this one back in its little bed. Let's bend that back in because we've got no no connection on that side. I have to put. In fact, I think someone's put a little blob of glue on that in the past. I think this is a Roberts reject module that they've just sort of said, yeah, sod it. Let's chuck it in anyway. Chuck it in there. It'll be fine. No one will know. No one's ever going to take that out. Yeah. I wish. Okay. Come on, get on there. Thank you. So, blob of glue. Let's chuck a little bit of Loctite 60-second on it. Oh, screw the wrong one, Graham. We've got glue everywhere. This is like a gel glue, so it'll come out. Oh, there it is. It's definitely out there now. It's got to go the right way round. There we go. Need to find a label to stick on it somewhere. I need to get some, I could do with getting some labels printed, really. Just a stick on there. I can't find one off the top of my head here. I have got some up here, but they're all jammed in a bit. Did I get one out? No, that's polarizing film. Anyway, there you go. Roberts Mullard module LP1164 done. And look at that for timing, 3 minutes too. Amazing. Get the dishes done and the Chinese food. You'll bring a bottle of wine, no problem, Sean. I'll see you in a minute, mate. Excellent. Start with finding an easy insert socket for rough wire legs. Not heard of that before, Harvey. What's Doug saying? No source for good quality clip leads like those. Yeah, these aren't good quality, Doug. Well, the bigger ones aren't too bad, but the smaller ones are pretty shocking. They just fall apart. It is Chinese junk. You've repaired a digital radio. Go and stand outside, Mike. Poor little Mullard fondled by a mad radio ham. Oh dear. Pizza night, very nice. Thanks, Generation. Cheers, Nick. I can go home early after me Chinese. I got to cook this stuff first, though, Daniel. I got to cook it first. I ought to just order it and say to Mrs. Cruncher, I've got the Chinese ready, but you've got to pick it up on your way home. No problem. I mean, I'll keep the streams going midweek. I think we are coming out of lockdown in the UK now. We're now able to meet up in each other's gardens, 2 families, or a maximum of 6 people, is it? Or 8? 8, I think. I can't remember. 6? I think it's 6, isn't it? Or 2 families. I lose track. So much changing. Happy Easter as well to everybody, yes. I should be on Sunday, Easter Sunday, and we'll be having a look at Sean's radio down here. We'll be having a look at this one on Sunday and trying to get it sorted for our Mr. Man Cave mate. Sean spotted this one last Sunday and he said, I want it. I said, I don't want to sell it because it's my radio. I bought it for myself, but, you know. If Sean wants it, Sean can have it. So it'll go to a good home. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, thanks, Graham, Theo. So there you go. Robert's R707 on the way to being fully sorted. So that's the hardest part done. I've got to put it back in yet, but the hardest part's done. So we'll look at that again next Wednesday, and should be able to get it finished up next Wednesday, hopefully in a couple hours. Hopefully. Hi, Stefan, how are you? San Severino. So that's all for today, people. Thanks again for joining me. We've had some super chats in, so thanks. I need to make sure that I pay that across, Sean, for you to Gary's Just Giving fund. We'll have a quick look at the live chats today. For some reason, I tell you why, because it's not showing them all because the stream cut out, didn't it? So there was 3 live super chats there. So Sean did 2, and was it Derek did 1 as well. So thank you, Derek and Sean. So yeah, apologies, it hasn't come up because the stream cut off part way. Cheers, Pat. Catch you all soon. So next stream will be on Sunday, and we'll be looking at the Hacker Herald RP30, which is like an RP18 but without the FM side. If I can work out how to do all this. Cheers, people. Have a good one. As I say, leave some comments if you want to comment on anything, and catch you on Sunday. Bye for now.